We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a man who began his career as a punt. This is LeGarrette Blount. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. 3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to wind up and air it out. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Barry Church. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. It was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go.
They start on the ground here with Blount. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
All right, let's go get it now, all right?
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. play fake here on first down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It's a gain of 9 yards, and it'll be second and about a yard.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. To the right side, complete to Miller. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hunt. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Watch it now, Barney.
Back to throw now on first down. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make it a second down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Back there to that Philly. Here we go.
He'll set up to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. DeForest Buckner busting through to get him for a loss of 6. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Detroit!
They'll set up a throw. And this is going to be incomplete. It was the veteran Prince Amukamara that time who had the play covered from the start.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Now Blunt. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Barry Church, the strong safety, the one to get him down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And they'll get him down up past the 15. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. The throw left side, complete to Hogan. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
Let's go now.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Detroit! Detroit!
They go play action here on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Corey Coleman, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown. Elliott good on the extra point. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Incomplete over the middle, Safarian Jenkins. And he's brought down after a good gain. That goes for a gain of 31. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll run it here with Blount. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On 3rd down, Murray. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's Brad Wing now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Eagles on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. They'll run again with Blount. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Partner, that's another short run there, and I think the easy thing is to look at them right now and say, let's get away from them entirely. Let's start throwing the football, but I don't think you ever entirely abandon the run. It helps set a tone for the game for you, keeps your offensive linemen feeling good about themselves, and it actually tamps down a defense's pressure because if you just throw it all the time, it's going to tee off with the pass rush.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. They'll run again with Hunt. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. On 3rd down. It's Hunt, and that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He loses 5 full yards to bring up 4th. Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again, so it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. A gain of 6 there on 1st. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Roethlisberger will throw. Being chased out left. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Here's Blount. And some room to work. He'll have a first down and more past the 20. And all the way up to the 33-yard line. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Let's go.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Screen pass to Blount. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Now a carry for Blount. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up the first down. Keep the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
All right, let's go get it now, all right?
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Safarian Jenkins has it. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. And it's Clinton-Dix with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Suckup will put this one right through. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Well, I admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards. They're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
All right, here we go. 3, 19.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. On the right side, this is Miller. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he took that in one-handed. What a grab. That one goes for 24 yards.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, but I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s. I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that. But a lot of those were really like baseball batting gloves to begin with not much of a tacky area on the glove. In fact, there was none. I actually remember in cold weather games wearing the old scuba gloves that you'd wear in the diving, but they would split too easily in the course of a game. Then the glove manufacturers got smart and started adding to it, and here we are today.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment. But there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Let's go.
They'll try and get the running game going here with Murray. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Hurry up, let's go. Four down.
Roethlisberger. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
15 yards through the air and a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Going deep here for Allen. That's going to be caught. A big play there for Philly. 54 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just...
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. LeGarrette Blount, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. Ryan Suckup on for the point after. Extra point put through by Suckup. And that will shave one more off this lead. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Through the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? gun. They'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll drop the throw. To the right side, complete to Miller. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. So a holding penalty, and that'll send him backwards.
You know they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right? We talk to them all the time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Leopard! Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a play fake here on first down. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big
pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. DeForest Buckner in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They'll set up a throw. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football. And
across the midfield, stripe into Eagle territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Back now in Tampa. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Play fake. He'll look to throw. Looking for Shepard deep. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful.
Now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he won't get in, but you can't be set up any better than that. They'll have the ball at the 1-yard line. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work, And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a two-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. Two-hand. Oh, I get it. Two-hand monster. Both hands on the football. Taking care of it. Putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Hunt. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Good with a PAT, and that makes this a 9-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out come the Eagles. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Let's go. Let's go get it now, all right?
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 2 yards on that play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
All right, here we go. Let's go!
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And got his man complete. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
First down. Here's the run with Anderson. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Eagles on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time it's 3rd and 3. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And this is caught at the 8. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. LeGarrette Blount, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles are back within a score. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that will get him one closer. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So out come the Bucs now. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. And remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Looking to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Again, here's Blount. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6. And on the ground they go with a running back. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
And Suckup will put this one right through. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right. And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. He's back to throw. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Miller. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Lucky 56. Leopard.
Back to throw. And Miller with it over the And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
Leopard. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. Complete out right to Jake Butt. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. This a long one from 54. It looks good, and it is good. From 54 yards away, he bangs it through. And it'll be a hot time in Ybor tonight. The Bucs have won the football game. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.